The original man did not eat meat. The original man, if you believe in what the scripture says, the original man ate a diet of vegetation, fruits, vegetables, those things that grew from the earth. Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. And you can do the rest of the research on your own. Okay, so it was not until later, hundreds and thousands of years later, that man began to adopt the habit of eating meat. Now, just because man adopted the habit of eating meat does not necessarily mean that meat was a healthy choice. Many things have happened from an evolution standpoint that have never been healthy for us and good for us, such as drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, taking all types of drugs, over the counter and pharmaceutical prescription. These things are not healthy for us, but many of these things that we engage in, they give us a euphoric feeling for a moment, for a day, and then they dissipate and go away. But they're not good for us. Ultimately, not good for us. But anyway, getting back to the original man eating a diet of vegetation, you must understand how your body was designed and how your body works. Animal protein, for example, is harsh on your kidneys, especially when it's in excess. And that's one of the contributing factors to kidney disease. Study it, okay? If you don't believe me, you don't have to take my word for it. Animal protein does not break down and digest in the stomach as fast as vegetable protein, vegetation. It stays in the stomach longer. Animal protein, that is. All right. Now, some pointers again. I brought that to you as a footnote, something for you to think about. Another thing is the most important thing in any day is that you get proper nutrition, proper exercise, proper rest. Sleep, that is. We can rest different ways, but sleep. You must sleep. You must get an adequate amount of sleep so that your body can repair itself. When you don't get a significant amount of sleep or adequate sleep, guess what? Your immune system doesn't function well. And when your immune system is not functioning well, then your immune system cannot fight off free radicals and disease, causing bacteria and viruses and so forth. And it weakens you. And you are susceptible to many things, a manifold of things, because your immune system has been compromised because of a poor diet, uh, lack of sleep, and even lack of exercise, and even stress from drugs, stress from alcohol, tobacco products included, stress from outside social uh, issues, if you will, family issues, emotions being involved, those stresses, dealing with losing a job, dealing with losing a relative or family member to death, dealing with an injury or even your own disease or an injury to you, dealing with the current circumstances in our society and our world today, such as COVID-19 even. These things cause stress. And stress causes the body to break down after a period of time because your body can only fight so long. And if it's compromised, the immune system that is, it's even worse. Now listen, I talked about sleep. I talked about how we should eat primarily a vegetable based fruit, diet primarily. That should occupy the majority of your diet. And I originally mentioned the breakfast, lunch, and dinner thing. You don't have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The most important thing that you should have is nutrition, an adequate amount of nutrition. What you need and what you require for yourself, please do the work on your own. I can't tell you that. I don't know how tall you are, how much you weigh, what your ethnic background is, not ethnic, but your ethnicity, I should say, where you're from, what part of the world you're from, because people require different things depending on where you came from, what your origin is. People in Africa don't eat the same things that people eat in Europe. People in Europe don't eat the same thing as people eat in the Middle East. People don't eat the same thing in the Middle East as people eat in Asia, and so forth. Different environments geographically. People have a staple diet. You follow? So there's some fundamental things that we all consume and even drink water, but we're all still different on some level. You must take these things into consideration as well. So exercise is important. Exercise doesn't simply mean walking to the mailbox and back to the house. Exercise doesn't mean going up the steps to do the laundry or down in the basement to do the laundry and back up. You have to do a little bit more than that. Notwithstanding, if you have some issues, physical issues or health problems, that's understood. I'm not talking about those individuals or you individuals. I'm talking about people who can. And a lot of times they don't want to do it. They just don't want to do it. They don't want to exercise because they feel like, I'm older, I'm an old man. Now they have this mindset and this mentality that when you get to a certain chronological age, that it's just supposed to be that way, that you're chilling, you're relaxing, you're a couch potato. Who told you that? There are people in other countries that are up in their 70s and 80s and even 90s riding bikes, carrying fruits and vegetables to the market and from the market and so forth, walking up hills and steep stairs, not complaining, no disease. Only in America do we have these issues. By and large, we are a very lazy country. We are. And someone might want to try to defend and denounce what I just said. Look around you. More than 50% of the population in America is obese. There's not one supermarket that you can go to. There's not one shopping mall you can go to. There's not one restaurant that you can go to. There's not one public event that you can go to. There's not one church that you can go to and you won't find someone who's obese. Who's not obese, I should say. And several someones. I'm not beating up on anyone because I love everyone. But what I'm doing is stating some facts. Why are we obese? Why are we riddled with disease? Because of poor lifestyle choices. Since I was a young man and even a teenager, I can recall, let's say from the age of 15 all the way up until now, almost 60 years old, all kinds of weight loss programs and pills and equipment and training and diets, Atkins and California diets, and now the keto diet and all of that. Up until this present time, I remember Billy Blank's Tybo program and P90X and all of these other programs for losing weight and so forth. Why do we need all of these different pills and potions when the answer to losing weight is us accepting why and how we gained weight in the first place, how we found ourselves in a situation of disrepair in the first place? Just reverse what you've done. Stop doing what you've been doing most of your life. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just stop it. I hope that this was of benefit to you. My computer's running out of memory for some reason, but I'm going to conclude this here. And I just did this video to get you to think. Think about where you are, why you are, and how to get from where you are, your present state, so that you can have a life of fulfillment. health and wellness, well-being. Let me know what you think about the video. Like it and share it. And hopefully it was of some benefit to you. And as always, Yahweh loves you. Brother Teacher loves you. Always. Take care.